So we know that creating the permission space for experimentation as a way of testing new things, seeing what happens, learning, and then sort of adapting and updating is incredibly important. And that permission space for small experiments can actually be established in an organization reasonably quickly. It actually takes a lot of discipline and effort, though, to maintain that, so that if something goes wrong, if something is not as successful as you might like it to be, that you don't immediately stop and say, well, that was a disaster, let's not do that anymore. And so we try to banish failure. We think about that as the F word that probably isn't as helpful, but rather to think about experimentation and learning. And I think establishing that space for experimentation and learning can actually be done quite quickly. To actually spread that out into the right part of the organization can take more time, and it does require this very long-term senior commitment because it's really when you start to get that experimentation engine going that you really start to have cultural change over a long period of time. I think we also find that our ecosystem approach, where large organizations are working with smaller entrepreneurial startups and others in the innovation ecosystem, can be a place where you can test out and you can learn new ways of being and new kinds of cultures. And you can do that also reasonably quickly.